Hey, Mikey.
Karen's moved over there.
Hit it.
Okay.
Hit the top.
Now. Testing?
Everybody good?
No.
Yep.
Hit the top so I know which one it is.
More friends.
One more time.
Well,
Okay. That should work.
Okay. When we met, I was a girl who loved Baal for his rain and sweet water, and might love you for your youth and sweet breath. I was the lure brought you unknown to Sidon, where the sun-skied mornings above Cedar Hills, making jewels on the crest of harbor swells. Jezebel, chief's daughter, dreaming of many things, but most often of the boy to make my thighs quiver, and none of the queen who later would make my eyes run wet and salty. You, pale desert boy, came, hooked by my dreams, with hair like raven's wings, and prophet's dreams of glory, and torture's dreams of pain, and a cord discontent that you were born a shepherd. I would have left my father's heart to be your shepherdess.
But for your claim to something greater, our joyful dance, please fall, I know, while you pretended grim shame before your God, who punished you like an angry father, whom you yet embraced. Were we to approach the other now, would you wet your lips for this sweet Phoenician, or would I be target for your rage and angry accusations? Do your loins remember my dewy hills at dawn, the little rivers of our wet fertility, dampening chests and thigh and mysteries? Or would you pretend to a purity that never pricked a Gentile? I am reconciled that I did not defy my father, fight at Baal to love my Israelite shepherd boy. But I tried and tried and cried. Eli, your Jesse has come.
when I arrived, but there was no answer. Had you waited for me and misunderstood my absence, cursed me for rejecting you as you curse me now for turning from the worship of your God who demands more than other gods? Now, Ethbal is king of Judah, and I, a queen in Samaria, spread my legs for Ahab, the Israelite king, whom you daily dated. I am thus
Queen Jezebel,
the living bond between Israel and Phoenicia, which you condemn, somehow forgetting the beauty of Eli and Jesse, as your one God does dismiss the beauties of the many. Your own voice, which once whispered sweetness in the courtyard of the temple of Baal, and laughed in the sight of the sky goddess Lady Nut. Your voice thunders, threatens, slanders innocence, proclaims dominion for one God above all gods, dismissing dancing and worship before many. Eli, sweet tormented shepherd, it is not our gods who invent unkindness, but ourselves.
This your Lord God must know, though you shrill otherwise and speak of a God blind to the pools of kindness and courage in foreign worshippers. How like the way you deny knowing the pool of love in which we bathed and sung praise. Do you remember the heart at sunrise meeting our prostrate bodies? I crept the shadows before that dawn, and startled when you arrived beside me. And when you opened your robe, I stepped inside your arms and warm wrap of cotton, while we sank to earth, your lips sweet on mine, your tongue a spring of wild water, plunging to my thirsty roots. We moved slowly to the late calls of night birds, quickening even as the owls hooted, slow caution, finishing to the sound of hoofs pounding, the heart robust and wild above us and gone. In the peace we found, I swear, I heard
the great heart beating and felt the throbbing pulse below, just as it might have been on a glorious first day. I said, the gods are smiling, and you looked at me, and I said, you are smiling too. And you said, this time, yes. Do you have memory of this or none? Just as your God of many promises remembers only those he wishes to keep, do you remember only that which serves you now? Are you now a perfect acolyte of your God? In your zeal you are become a destroyer, first of earthly desire and more besides. Your wish to sip the wines of 100 kingdoms forgotten. Your wish to sample the women of every prince of every port of the wild Phoenician sea, lost. Gone as though left undreamt, or shriven within your heart. Consumed in a desert heat of a different passion, your service to your one God, who requires devotion not in me to give. You denounce Ahab.
Whom you call a willing tool of the prostitute of Tyre. But Ahab leads as kings do. I stand not in his way. Ahab ministers to the myriads who worship whoever they will. Ministers to the myriads who toil, wear down like rocks in the stream, who suffer hardship of drought and locust plagues, and children born still, and children die young, and lovers claim to be too soon. It is Ahab who keeps the granaries full against the famine. Ahab who cares for the widow soothes the orphan. Ahab who decrees no favorite among the gods, who does not choose among the gods of Israelites, Ammonites, Edomites, and Moabites. And his people praise Ahab's forbearance. Thank Ahab for his kindness, while you call Ahab sinner. In the king's court, I have stood for sandal makers from Moab, stood for potters from Moab, saying to the king, these also are your people. There should be no special privilege for the Jews. And the king has listened, then ruled as he would. Ahab is no tool of Jezebel. But Elijah the Navi tells the story. Jezebel, the prostitute from Phoenicia, twists Ahab's judgment and sins against the one God.
And who listens? The Hebrew zealots listen, and the hopeless aching for legends of more and better listen. And those who already bear hatred, they listen. These have never seen the sea or the natural beauty of Phoenicia's hills, or the works of other men in Tyre. You have made cause of these men whose hard lives will change, only as Ahab succeeds. But the gifts of milk and honey they are promised are the empty bribes of an intolerant God, who will protect Israelite from Assyria. The Lord, your God, has no chariots. Ahab's soldiers, Ammonites, Edomites, Israelites, Moabites, these are Israel's shield, the soldiers of the kingdom of many customs and many faiths. These will protect Israel, as will Ahab the king, whom you damn. You have riled the Hebrews.
Enough riot through Samaria and all of Israel to kill all the priests of Baal. Now you flee to the Judean hills and claim that Jezebel sends vengeance racing after. But it is I who remain behind, I who come Ahab. Ahab who wishes to decree your death. Seek no vengeance, I say to Ahab, only bring Elijah to explain this deed in your court. But yes, Eli, I also urged Ahab on, saying, hunt on thee. He must answer to the families of the lovers of other gods. Yet I am split in pieces. I am Ahab's queen. I am the princess who was Eli's love.
I am the tears that Jesse cried to the sun that rose in Eli's face in his wandering east. I am those tears springing fresh today from Jezebel's eyes. I hear, Eli. I am to die in the street, torn to pieces by hungry dogs. Is this your curse? Does Elijah triumph here? Will the story of Jezebel and Ahab be told according to Elijah? And what will be the fruit that grows from such stories? Shepherd boy, know this. Jesse will not flee the lies and sordid tales. I am the chief's daughter,
Queen of Israel.
What you decree may come, but Jezebel does not flee.
I remember you once had such a will.
when we loved a lifetime ago.
Okay, like, as I was saying before, let's take a little bit of a break. I want to especially thank Terry for that. That was great to hear everybody, and I love to hear that poem in somebody else's voice. But Terry was standing in at the last moment for our sister Gail, who had too much excitement last night. One thing about Jezebel, there's a biblical characterization of Jezebel, who was married to biblical King Ahab, and they are both more or less slandered in the Torah as fallen away Jews, essentially, though Ahab ruled. I'm saying in this poem, though it may not be any more historically accurate than the story you read in the Bible, I'm saying under Ahab's rule in the northern kingdom of Israel, tolerance had to be the rule, because in Israel was a much more cosmopolitan state. But the Torah itself was written by the Jews who survived the destruction of the northern state of Israel. Survived in Judah, which was not a cosmopolitan state, which was not a crossroads, which was not, for the time being, a prize to be fought over by other biblical empires. And so I wrote this different story of Jezebel, this strong woman who is damned for being essentially nothing other but a strong woman with a role to play in this failed state of Israel. And I want to again thank Miriam and Terry and Stacy for giving Jezebel voice. And now let's drink and we'll do this. Yeah, well, I'm available. Yeah, okay.